Hello, Hillside. Pastor Brian here. I hope you guys are all having a great week. I wanted to update you in regards to our new sermon series that's happening this upcoming Sunday. And it is the topic of the Lord's Prayer, where we'll be emphasizing on the topic of prayer. And as we enter this series, I don't want us to just learn about prayer, but really for us to pray together as a church. That's why I wanted to remind you that every Sunday, 30 minutes before the worship starts, we gather in the fireplace in the basement to gather together and pray for our church, for our community, and for Canada, and really for all nations. So I would like to really welcome you to that prayer meeting. It starts at 9:30 a.m. Everyone is welcome and encouraged to join us. And even if you arrive a few minutes late, please feel free to come in anyway. We gather to pray for God's kingdom, and we want you to all participate in it. Now, this past Sunday, we wrapped up part 2 of our Beatitude message. And throughout this week, I love to encourage you to spend some time reflecting on a few questions, and if possible, to share them with your family, friends, and especially in your small group settings. First, do we struggle with forgiving others? What are some of the things Jesus had to let go of in order to forgive us? And how is Jesus' forgiveness toward us being demonstrated in the way we forgive others? Second, what are some of the things God may be removing from our lives so that we would depend fully on Him? How does that process make us feel in the moment? And what promises does God give us about the outcome of those removals? Third, what is the difference between peacekeeping and peacemaking? What did it cost Jesus to make peace with us? And who might God be calling us to actively pursue peace with? And lastly, what are some experiences where we face hardship because we try to do the right thing? What hardship did Jesus endure for the sake of righteousness? What were those righteous deeds? And how does Jesus' experience both challenge us and comfort us in our own lives? Now, looking ahead to this upcoming Sunday, we'll be reflecting on Matthew 6, verse 9, where Jesus teaches us to pray, "Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name." Throughout this week, I'd also encourage you to reflect on a few questions related to this verse. Number 1, what's the difference between addressing God as our Father rather than my Father? Number 2, what sense of security do we experience when we come to God as our Father? 3, what are the characteristics of God's holiness? And in what ways might God's name be treated with indifference in our world today, or even in our own hearts? These are the questions we'll be exploring together this coming Sunday. So have a great rest of the week. Stay blessed and be at peace. I'll see you all this upcoming Sunday. Bye. God bless.